What up, people? AKTV in the building. Alright, good morning, everybody. Holy moly. It is an afternoon, isn't it? So, today we are discussing about the Season 3 roadmap and all the details that was left out on the Tekken official JP news site. I am also on Twitch, yes. Same name, twitch.tv/ArmorKingTV21. What do you guys think? Do you think I should go with this style, where I'm pulling my hair back, or do you think I should just, be, an old man denying that I don't have, some of this crap going on with his head, where he's got, you know how I obviously have a receding hairline? Do you think I should just, cover that shit up with this super long hair? Yeah, guys, how you doing, fellow kids? Type shit, you know what I mean? Like, fucking holding the skateboard and shit, looking like an idiot. I'm good without that, bro. To be honest, I don't really care what I look like. I saw people in my comments telling me I should cut my hair, bro. I'm like, I want to cut my hair so bad. And that comment solidified that shit. I'm like, I don't like my hair. So, it is officially February 13th. We've got one more day before Valentine's Day. Just wanted to remind you guys, for those people that are lonely out there, it is okay to not have a loved one on February 14th. In fact, it's a little bit better if you are single because the reason being is because all that chocolate tomorrow, right after Valentine's Day, goes on sale, bruh. And you ain't gotta share with nobody. That shit's yummy. Now, what is up, Oblivious Adobo? How we doing, bro? Now, we're gonna be talking about Season 3 and the roadmap. I straight up predicted that we're getting a roadmap. And that's the most fun part about this, is that my prediction was straight up true. I'm like, if Tekken wants to gain any kind of trust with people at fucking all, right? If they get any kind of trust with anyone in the community, they have no choice but to give you guys a roadmap to understand what's going on here. So, let me look at this image right here, because I know, I'm gonna have to make that a little bit smaller. And I'm also going to have to move my camera. Video capture device. Which one is it? Is it this one? No. So, video source. It's this one. Okay. So I can't move that for some reason. Can I change its position? Ooh. Ooh. You know what? Maybe I don't need a face cam today. You know what? How about I just move this guy into this corner over here, and I move my little dude, underneath the video capture device, and then I move him like this. I mean, I really wish I could move my camera for some reason. But it's just not going to let me do that. So, okay. All dates... Okay, wait, hold on. Let's just look at the image first. Let's look at this image first. So, check this out. We got the Season 3 pass. We got the second anniversary campaign, which is not going... Is it going on right now? I think this is going on right now. We got Week 1 with the new character panels and stuff. Week 2 is going to have more character... I call it character discs, but these are plates that the game is giving you for your profile customization. They got Refined Balance coming out on March 16th with a rank reset. So if you're a God of Destruction in Season 2, you will be a Tekken King in Season 3. Also, in late spring, so Kunimitsu does not come out on March 16th and 17th on the day that Season 3 drops. So that is something. So this is either going to be extremely infuriating for people who bought the season pass, and when season 3 drops, their character doesn't come out. They're like, what? So this is definitely something that you need to pay attention to. This is late spring, so this is March 16th through 17th. When does spring start? Let's ask our friend Google. When does spring start? March 20th. Wow. Okay, so that is a thing. Love the videos? Oh, hey, man. I'm very glad. I'm glad you like the videos, man. I try my best. I mean, I can only do so much with the time that I have. But I'm glad that you like the content. I'll keep coming out with some more. So, I'm actually struggling with what I want to do for my next video. Because, I have a lot of ideas, but, I don't know how I want to execute them. Said Kuni is in April. Okay, I think they had to publish the month for DLCs on Steam because of the TOS transparency changes. Let me check it out. So she comes out in April, and that's on Steam, right? So I'm gonna go to my library, go to Tekken Hate. I don't know why, but for some reason my Kunimitsu, April through June. So they don't know when. They just know April through June. And Bob is set to come out in July, the month right after. So that's really interesting. So if Kunimitsu comes out in June, she only gets barely a month, and Bob gets the next month afterwards. And Roger will have time to come out between October and December, and they definitely know for sure that the final character the final character is said to be coming out between January and March, so there's a lot of breathing room for Roger Jr. here. That's really cool. Now, they did have to update it. I'm very glad that they're being so transparent with it now. But I bet you it's because of the Transparency Act that they had no choice but to spill everything that they have except for the final character. They couldn't really, build everything for the final character at the end of the year, so they were like, okay, we can just say that it is a brand new character. I think it is straight up a brand new character. Yes, my fave Armor King YouTuber. Hey, what's up, Glitch God? How we doing? So, here we go. Let's talk about these little details right here. During the early phase of Season 3, the following initiatives are scheduled to be rolled out in stages. So the release of Season Pass 3, which happened 3 days ago, and February 10th through February 10th, March 16th through March 16th is the second anniversary campaign. So March 17th will feature the major balance update, and from May 1st, full launch of the 2026 competitive season. Okay, so this would be Season 3 of the TWT, and all I gotta say is, if this balance is bad, they need to address it immediately. They can't dawdle on it. They cannot hold themselves back. If something's broken, they need to fix it. Because the whole problem with Season 2 was that character balance was a huge discrepancy, and it was never answered throughout the entire season, at all. And so here's the issue with that too, though. I think it wasn't answered due to the strict fact that employees were being very stretched thin to get this stuff done, and getting the balance team all in one place in a very quick succession was probably not easy for them to do through Season 1. Anna got slaps on the wrist. Anna merely got nothing for like balance changes. Like, okay. In season two, the season pass release, balance adjustments, and the first DLC character release all took place in the same day. For season three, we have revised this schedule and will roll out content across separate phases, allowing us to focus more on carefully on each piece of development and deliver it to players with greater care. Okay, battle balance adjustments for season 3 are scheduled to be implemented with the major update on March 17th. Any additional battle updates after that will be determined while closely monitoring the state of the game. So, this is very good because this already tells you that this is a huge improvement between seasons 1 through 2. They even straight up were like, "Bro, we saw what happened through that first 2 seasons. That should not have happened. In fact, there should have been better quality control. And on top of that, there definitely were times where we should have answered. Like Anna was the biggest slap in the face, literally, for people who love Tekken in season 2, and that sucks because Anna is a fan favorite character. Anna is actually beloved by a lot of the Tekken community before her drop in in Tekken 8. In fact, I was actually pretty excited for that character to come back because, for one, my friends play that character. My friends love Anna, and I love that for them. It was just unfortunate that she had to be one of the most overtuned characters to come out since Leroy Smith in season 3 of Tekken 7. Yeah, it really got that bad. She was that bad. Her bazookas would wall splat. All 5 hits of her bazookas would just flat wall splat the opponent. That was ridiculous. Very ridiculous. It's like a 90 damage combo that you could get from her heat. Oh, but it costs a lot of her heat to do that. That doesn't make it balance. In fact, it turns it into kind of a party game, if you ask me. But I mean, who am I, right? Who am I? I reached Kishin rank with Armor King and learned almost everything about him from your videos. I'm new to Tekken 8, and lately it's been hard to play clean. It feels like nearly every move tracks. Defense also feels like it has to be 99% accurate, or I'm doomed. What's your take on this, Coach? And how do you think Season 3 will affect Armor King's journey? So, when it comes to defensive options, Armor King is not exactly lacking, but in Tekken 8, you have to deal with forced 50-50 situations. And yeah, so the forced 50-50 situations are exactly what the Tekken community is currently complaining about. So like, you have no choice if you get hit by something to guess, and Armor King is not exempt to that. Armor King has been incorporated in that design just like everybody else. With Armor King, his punishment leads him into his stance mix-ups, and that's Bad Jaguar, obviously. And Armor King being +8 on hit makes it so that the opponent does have to guess between your 3. Let me see. You have Bad Jaguar 1-2, 1-4. You have 2-4, 2-3, and you have Jaguar 2+4, Jaguar 1+3, Bad Jaguar 4, and Bad Jaguar 3-2 or 3. So that's a lot. That's like 8 options already that I'm counting on my fingers. That's like 8 options that I can think of. And if anything else, if I feel like they're gonna buff Armor King a little bit, but also nerf him slightly, they're probably gonna buff Armor King by allowing him to transition out out of Bad Jaguar, which I'm hoping that happens, but it'll also be bad because if that happens and he is able to crouch dash out of Bad Jaguar, it will be not really a disaster, but he will become a super mix-up machine. Like, but Tekken 8's design is correlated around this 50-50, right? So a lot of people like their Tekken curvaceous, like a woman, right? They like their Tekken very curvaceous, to be very not so bloated, but they really like that their game functions in a certain way. And Tekken 7 was an example of there still being somewhat of a Tekken involved, but with spacing, with layers and movement. Tekken 7 is like the worst example to use because this is when they were starting to limit movement, and they were starting to put limitations on the players who are good at the game to a huge extent, because sidestepping was also like gutted, and like dude, it was already hard for characters like bears to even sidestep because they would have the worst sidestep, but they could sidestep, you know what I mean? And Eddie Gordo was infamous for not being able to sidestep either, and now Tekken 8 rolls around, and he is one of the best characters that can sidestep in the game, next to, well, he's not one of the best, but he can sidestep now. And one of Eddie's major weaknesses in Tekken in general was his inability to do so. You are not doomed, Glitch God. In fact, you're trying to play the game as correct as possible. And that is something that you're trying to play the game. And the game, in this retrospect, is playing you. So you gotta play along with the game, if that makes sense, until the game changes. That's just kind of how this game works. This game has its own design philosophy, its own direction. Right now, it has its own design philosophy and direction, and competitive play makes it extremely frustrating because in this current state of Tekken, there are a lot of situations where you just have to eat that. So, just do your best, man. It's not a bit like right now. Season 3 is on the horizon. It's not a super big deal, but you can survive. Now, as I was saying a little bit earlier, as our balance updates, this is going to be a much more fresh take on what we were dealing with in general, in terms of like seasons 1 through 3, like up to 3 now. 3 is now going to be focusing on putting out battle updates in phases. So, like, let's say a character gets something way too strong, people will be able to report that. They will closely monitor how stupid it is and go, that is a little bit ridiculous, we will get rid of that. Or they will make the judgment call and say, that's not as ridiculous as people are blowing it out of proportion, but we will at least, answer and say, this isn't that big of a deal, but they will have to make judgment calls. That's the thing. And if they decide to let something sit and stay, they'll probably stay silent about it. You know what I mean? But that's what we're worried about as a community. Are they going to stay silent, or are they going to improve it? And I doubt they'll stay silent, because now they are closely monitoring the game, as they say, right? They say that they're closely monitoring it. Multiple times I've read what the Tekken team has promised on their website, okay? And they have followed through. Now, you're probably not going to like me when I say that, but they have followed through on what they said they were going to do. And when I say this, it's like people are like expecting a huge, giant balance change to Season 2 whenever an update came out, right? Like, oh, I really want some kind of balance patch to come out to where they nerf something that is a little too strong. And they have done that before a couple of times actually to both. I think they nerfed King a little bit. They nerfed King a tiny bit, like not a lot. They nerfed Lars. Oh my god, the emergency nerf on Lars was pretty good. They nerfed Anna frequently, but not too much. Like they nerfed her like in small little tangents. They're like, okay, we'll nerf this. We'll nerf this. Oh, we'll definitely nerf that. Oh yeah, we're gonna nerf this. We're gonna nerf this, and we're gonna nerf that. Okay, so that should be fine. And then even though they didn't nerf enough, they still nerfed the character to the point where she wasn't going to be in every single top 8, but she was in every single top 8. But what I mean is there isn't going to be like 8 Anna players in top 8 because of how strong she is. They didn't do that. They made sure they didn't have a repeat of Tekken 7 Evo 2019, Evo Japan 2019, or they made sure they didn't have a repeat of the Tekken 6 Evo with 8 Bobs in top 8, because that was pretty bad. That was very bad. And then, did you know in Evo they did not let Tekken come back after that? It was that bad. Oh my lord. Alright, so further updates will continue to focus primarily on the releases of additional downloadable content. In this blog article, we will provide an overview of items 1 through 4 listed above, which make up the early phase of Season 3. So, this is already stuff that's come out, and I already have the Aurora pack. Very cool costumes, by the way. In conjunction with the launch of 2nd Anniversary campaign, which includes bonus item distributions, and a major Tekken Shop sale, the Season 3 Pass is scheduled to be released on February 10th. Late Spring for Kunomitsu, which is April and June, July for Bob, December or October or December through Roger Jr., and winter is going to be a character like January. It says January, that winter is December, bro. That's all I'm saying. And the new stage will come out with the character. And you have 120 hours of early access with the character before everybody else. So that's like, dude, 120 hours? That's like, well, look, listen, if you are doing 24 hours, right? 24 hours. So like, I'm gonna take 120 and divide it by 24. You get 5 days early access before everyone else if you've purchased the Season Pass. And as a content creator, you already know I'm definitely doing that. So, just putting that out there. That's all I'm going to say. If you are a content creator yourself, most likely it's almost a full week. It's honestly a work week. That is a work week right there. So, yeah. Okay. Upon purchasing the Season Pass 3, players will immediately receive a Season Pass 3 exclusive customization item, the Aurora Outfit Pack, which can be equipped by all characters released upon Season 2, released up through Season 2, as well as additional characters planned for Season 3. So this is good, because I didn't even read this, but this bothered me that when I got Armor King in Season 2, that I didn't get to be able to wear the Gentle Monster sunglasses that they collaborated with like a long time ago for Armor King. I was actually quite upset that I couldn't do that. That Armor King had no access to the Gentle Monster sunglasses. It's kind of I thought that was kind of whack. Like, and also previous collaborations, I don't even know if Armor King has he has access to. Yeah, I remember. He has access to the... for some reason, Armor King has access to the Karate Kid outfit, but he has no access to the Gentle Monster stuff. I don't even think he has the foam posits. So, you know what? Let's open up Tekken right now. I don't think Armor King has access to the Nike foam posits. If he does have the access to the Nike foam posits, why doesn't he have access to the Gentle Monster glasses? And if that's the case, you know, I can be wrong. You know, I like to be wrong. That's the thing, is that people don't understand that I don't mind being wrong. Being, like, but I don't mind being wrong. I don't mind being proven wrong. If that makes sense. Alright, hold on. Window capture, turn that off. Game capture. Tekken 8. Game audio. Tekken 8. I'm gonna have to do this. Hey, fucker. Come here, you.
I said come here. Give me that.
Alright, cool. So, now we're in Tekken 8. Let's just check the character customization, because this does matter to me. And the reason why this matters to me is because I got to see what Armor King does and does not have compared to the other characters. I already know that Armor King does not have a swimsuit. He does not have he doesn't have swimming trunks. I also know Armor King, I think I know Armor King does not have the Gentle Monster glasses, because I already tried putting those on. So let me find Armor King in here. I have a bunch of customizations, do not mind these. Let's just grab, like, one of them I could, like, really not care about right now. No, let's just look at this guy. Alright? I mean, I was honestly gonna delete Pac-Man at one point in time. I was gonna delete Pac-Man, but I think it's not under accessories, is it? It should be under something else, but let's look through here. It should be it should be under something else. But it's definitely not in accessories, because if it was in accessories, I would feel really stupid. Just going through everything while we still can look at it. Don't have these because I don't own this yet. Send money, lol. What? I'm sorry? He can wear that? Weird. Alright, so glasses. So, the Gentle Monster stuff would be somewhere around here. But as you can see, I don't think he doesn't get the Gentle Monster stuff. Yeah, he doesn't get that. Armor King's not with the rest of the cool cats, bro. Armor King's not with them. It's kind of sad. Makes me upset. Like, where is the Gentle Monster, bruh? No, that's sporty sunglasses. It's not even a dog. Ah. That really upsets me. That does upset me. It actually makes me mad. Genuinely makes me very irritated. What is this? Lame. That's what that is. And then you have the Tekken World Tour shirt. I could honestly wear that on Armor King at one point in time. If I'm in a tournament, I'll be wearing one. I'll be probably wearing that if they allow costumes. T-shirt gold. Oh, hey, I like these. See, we have access to the puffer jacket stuff. I think I got rid of my puffer jacket custom, didn't I? Yo, that's such a fine fit. That's cool. That's cool as fuck. Where was I? Oh, yeah. The t-shirt, the golden t-shirt. That's a pretty cool fit, too. What the heck? I like that. That's really cool. But what I'm genuinely upset about, like, Wildfire Lay. Right. At least we get access to the costumes that we've purchased. He even gets access to Jin's little thing, but he still doesn't get access to the Gentle Monster stuff. Huh. He gets access to this. He looks cool in that, actually. But what's with this stupid shirt, man? That's why I don't fuck with it. It's because the shirt's lame. What's with this shirt, bruh? You know, this is the kind of thing that should have been an accessory. That's what it is. That should have been an accessory. anyways, but we go to King over here, and King will probably have access to all this crap. Like, all of this crap. So let's go to glasses. Where would Gentle Monster be? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There it is. Right there. Right there. Look at this. It doesn't have to look dude, it doesn't have to look good. It just has to be there. That's all I'm asking. Is that it just has to be there. And the fact that Armor King don't have it make me upset. Look. Upper body, no top. Bro could be half naked. Bro could be half naked. And then he has stuff like this. Bro literally has this. You know what I mean? There's like things that there's just some things that the DLC characters like. What is this? What are these festive shorts? Where did these come from? Actually, where did these come from? That is strange. I mean, Armor King don't got that. The hell? The helly? Armor King don't got this either, does he? Yo. Hold on, let me go back. Let me go look at Armor King. They're like, we're not going to sexualize our Armor King, bro. We're not going to do that. We're not going to sexualize our Armor King. Like, listen, I don't care if we sexualize Armor King or not. I want the clothing options just for them to be there. Okay, so he has festive shorts, so we can technically sexualize Armor King. In fact, look at this shit. Look at this. Oh my god. We get straight up. Yeah, you want to look at my homie's legs real quick? That's crazy work. I bet you I can make a Reyna costume on Armor King right now. I could do that, couldn't I? Hold on. What are the upper body things that what do we have access to in here? Ah, we got this jacket. Oh, bro. I'm about to have so much fun in here. Just fucking around. Alright. Unluckily for me, there's no more... I could get rid of Joker. But then I'd have to get rid of the King Batman. No, I don't have to, because I have Bane right here. So I don't have to have Armor King as Joker. I could have Armor King as Bane. Yep, we can get rid of this one. Yo, guys, we're about to make Tekken 8 Reyna with Armor King. Watch this, bro. Watch this. So, I'm gonna exit without saving first. I need to look at the Reyna hair, and I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna straight up copy that shit. I'm copy paste to copy. So what do we got? What do we got? This one has her default hair. This is my first Reyna customization, my first Tekken 8 customization. It's not going anywhere. So we have hair, default hairstyle. So we have this color right here, which we are just going to save right here, save selected color. And we have this color right here. I'm probably going to set it to right here, save selected color. Okay. So let's go ham. Guys, let's go ham. We're gonna be like Lily players up in here. Let's go ham. We're gonna be like Lily players in here. We're gonna spend a lot of time in the customization than we are going to be playing the game. So let's go with this first. Actually, and then I'm reminding myself of Skeletor when he went crazy. All right, so Reyna's jacket, right? This is very close to Reyna's jacket already. Should I go with this one? I could go with this one, but I don't want to grow out my hair. Everyone says they want me to grow out my hair. I got a receding hairline. I don't think I need to grow out my hair, bro. In fact, I think I need to let it go. Okay, so there's the white part. So I need to make sure that like some parts of it is black and some parts of it is white. Now I think that needs to be purple. And this green needs to be black. Is this correct? Would this be correct? Let's swap a color. Let's swap a color. This could be right. This looks kind of close. So, what's that? Yeah, okay, this one can be white. I think people will know what I'm going for here. We have fun here. Hold on. Yo, this is funny, bro. This is funny. What kind of shoes was Reyna wearing? Boots? She was wearing boots, right? Oh look, do we have the foam posits? Yeah, we got the Kazuya Mishima and the Jin Kazama. Finally, I got a cable, but why do I still feel delays? So that's other people's connections there, brother. That's exactly what you're dealing with. I need boots with socks. Are there any boots with socks, dude? Oh, right here, bro. Yes. I really wish there was like... Yo, I'm not gonna lie. They should definitely put Reyna's boots on other characters. That's all I'm gonna say real quick. They should definitely do that. Because this looks fucking funny, bro. Alright, so I could rock with this. And Reyna had... Let me look at... Man, I have to actually say this, but I have to technically look at Reyna's feet real quick, and I don't like saying that on stream. Reyna Tekken 8. I have to look at these boots, bro. They were apparently made for walking. She's got purple socks with black straps. So, like... These aren't boots. These are boots. So I should be wearing these. But these are black boots. So, let me take a look at this. Yeah, that part's silverish. And the lace place has to be black. Yeah. Alright. AK got legs, you got them thickness, bruh. How do you feel if Reyna could wear a black jaguar mask and had unique dialogue with the kings if she did wear that? That'd be cool. I'd like that a lot. Look at this shit, bro. Yo, I'm playing Reyna in spirit, bro. Oh shit, bro. This is awesome. I even have the purple aura, bro. Oh, cool. The new character panel will rock that one. Change pose. This is fucking funny, bro. Okay. Yeah. Yo, when Random Reyna pulls up, when I pull up to Random Reyna's stream again, I'm gonna pull that costume out. We're gonna have a good time. That's gonna be funny. Alright, so let's get back to our task at hand. I like it for some reason, short shorts and all. Oh fuck. Oh fuck, dude, that kills me. That shit's so fucking funny, bro. Oh my god, I'll close Tekken now. Oh, I don't wanna overshoot my computer here. So, oh, that's killing me. So yeah, as I was addressing with the customization options and stuff, Jesus. Oh, that was funny. Upon purchasing the Season Pass 3, players will meet the Aurora packs I was just talking about. The content release schedule is as follows. Look at this. Available for immediate use after purchasing the Season Pass 3, 40 character costumes plus Season 1 and 2. So, this even gives costumes to characters that are neglected in terms of customization, such as bears. And the cool part about the bears is that they can actually put on hats and all this other like extra stuff. At least Panda can put on an extra hat with her Aurora costume. So she's actually pretty cool. I like that for her, and I like that for bears in general, that they get a little bit more customization options than normal, because other characters I don't think even can do that per se. I think they can, but like, because a lot of them are just flat out costumes. So it's just really cool to see that. I think it's because it's like a unique accessory or something. The content release schedule is as follows. Season Pass 3 content release schedule. Additional characters late spring 2026. First character is Kunimitsu. And summer, yeah, we already went through all this stuff. And we got the winter, the new stage for the fourth character. So like, these are to be announced, clearly. Tekken 8 doesn't allow Yoshi to wear face paint, but could in Tekken 7, no problem. Yeah, I don't know why that is. They probably didn't think about it, or they were like, well, if Yoshimitsu's going to be wearing face paint and he's got this and this helmet on, we shouldn't, did you know that they were in Tekken 8? It shows all over the Tekken warehouse that King on his mask was going to be able to change all of his eyes. And they have all of those icons in there still. And like anytime there's a new eye, King's eye gets added to it. Like they have plans. It's like they later have plans to add like other eye color changing to King's mask, but they never follow through with it every single time. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. Hold on, I'm just gonna switch this over here because just look at me over here. Oh. So yeah, basically what I'm going over is that King is capable of having his eye colors changed, but in the game there's no actual option to do that. Maybe that's something I'll bring up in a T8 report. Hi there. I've noticed that King does not have any eye color changing prompts or any eye color changing options like the rest of the cast, etc., etc. But I'll use mine as a terms of balance adjustments. Instead, I wonder if they'll allow you to like upload clips, because there's something that we haven't talked about that's in here. So, expanded early access period. Players who purchase the Season Pass 3 will gain access to the above additional characters in stage 120 hours earlier than general access. For Season 1 and Season 2 passes, the early access period was 72 hours, running from Tuesday to Friday in the JST to CET time zones, from Monday to Thursday in PST. With the Season Pass 3, Season 3 Pass, the early access period is extended to 120 hours. This will run from Thursday through the following Tuesday in JST CET, and from Wednesday through the following Monday. That kind of sucks. The reason why this kind of sucks is because I work all through these days, actually. So when Kunimitsu comes out, I'm actually going to have to get off work, or what I'm probably going to have to do, because Wednesday I'm not going to be able to play Kunimitsu the day she drops, actually. I'm not going to be here for the update the moment it drops. Maybe I will, because updates come out either between 10 a.m. or sometime later. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. King's eye color has been changing since Tag 1. His Black Jaguar, I keep asking him. Yeah. It would have solved the problem with that could have solved the problem with having. I think the reason why they didn't allow that to happen was because they didn't want people to make King look like Armor King. That's probably what happened. They probably didn't want people to make King look like Armor King, because Armor King was eventually going to come back. So there is that. Yo, excuse me for 1 second, chat. It's gross. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. The early access period, yep. And as a result, early access will now include a full weekend in all regions, allowing players more time to enjoy new content in the post-release environment at a relaxed pace. So, I need you guys to understand. I work Wednesday through Monday. Wednesday through Monday. So that's how that should be. Yo, did we get a raid? Holy moly. What's up, Trigger J? Yo, Blackouts. What's up, man? How we doing? How we doing, chat? Yeah, we're talking about Season 3 stuff. Yo, man, Trigger J, I'm telling you right now, bro, your streams, they're really helping me through work right now, man. They're really helping me through work right now, getting me through my day. So I appreciate your streams, and you too, Blackouts. I appreciate both of you. For real. Holy shit. I want you guys to know. They did not release the patch notes for the major balance patch yet. Oh, yo, thank you for the follow, big dog. Let's go. That's awesome, man. I love that shit. That's sick. Alright, so now we have all my love, my guy. Thank you. Yeah, for real, man. For real. I really appreciate you. And if you're streaming today, let me know, because trust me, that shit, I need that shit. Both y'all. Like, work gets so fucking depressing, let me tell you. If you guys been to a job that gets super repetitive and you feel like you're in a rut, you're in that point in time where you're like, man, what do I even want to do today, bruh? Just know. sometimes streams are there for you, like for you to watch, not for you to pour your emotional time into. But you know what I'm talking about. Streamers are not your therapists, just so you know. Some people need to know that. To celebrate the second anniversary of Tekken 8 as become a truck driver, you will feel exactly that. Yep. Oh my god. You're like, what's the point of me going to see all these fucking places if I can't even stay here long enough to enjoy the places? That would suck, bro. I work in an arcade. Oh shit. That's exactly the one. Oh, that's tough. To celebrate the second anniversary of Tekken 8 as an in-game second anniversary campaign will be held over 5 consecutive weeks from February 10th through March 16th. Oh, hell. And let's take a look at these, right? So we have Tekken Shop, 5 weeks of deals. We got 50% off on the general costumes, so I'll be waiting for that Jester costume set to go on sale. If it does, because that is really new. Saw Fi's video on Armor King being overpowered. Listen, Fi already doesn't like Armor King, so of course he's going to take an opportunity to straight up tell you that he's overpowered, man. I don't know. I don't like watching videos from people who have somewhat of a biased opinion about my character. And Landon and Genghis Dawn are examples of people who have biased opinions against my character. So it's just like, if they come out with a video that states something that Armor King is this and this, Armor King is overpowered and such, I can draw my own conclusions about what my character is and isn't capable of. And let me tell you, Armor King is not Anna Williams. He's definitely not. But is he strong? Yes, he is very strong. Armor King is stronger now than he was in Tekken 7, to an extent. Tekken 7 Armor King is still like the. I still think King is stronger than Armor King right now. Yeah, King is stronger, but that the reason why King specifically just plays it up and says what he thinks is the popular thing to help him out specifically. Yeah, well, no disrespect to my homie Landon, because that guy is genuinely the homie. Like, I just, when it comes to opinions are subjective, but I can tell you through my own experience that the mirror match against Armor King is not that fun. And I will tell you that much. The mirror match versus Armor King is not that fun. So it's definitely something that has me thinking maybe Armor King is a little strong, but does he have weaknesses? Yes. At the same time, you also have to think about the other characters that have been released, right? Jeez. Okay, sorry. I literally looked back on my screen and I just looked at Miyari's fucking huge thigh, and I'm just like, wow. Okay, that's distracting. Let me just go back. That's even more distracting. Let's just get out of here. Let's get out of here. Okay? Let's just get out of here. Wow. Feel only started that Armor King has an overwhelming, but I think that's just everyone. People don't utilize their characters' kits fully as much. So in the fight, Dark Upper is greater than Perfect Electric, you think? Fi is a Lily main, Armor King is not OP at all. See, that is funny, because he's a Lily main and he can literally get away from Armor King in every single aspect when you say that. But then again, you have tools like back 3+4 and forward 3, which completely stop Lily from just sidestepping his entire kit. Like, Armor King's entire kit almost becomes null and void against Lily. Almost. And that's the funny part. He has an overwhelming kit. Okay, yeah. Armor King's kit is pretty overwhelming. Forward neutral 2 being minus 13 is very surprising. I'm not going to lie to you. That move being a counter hit confirm into a heat engager is very surprising. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I would have taken forward neutral being a counter hit launcher at minus 15/16 on block, rather than it being a free +8 on hit mix up into stance. That's what I rather would have had for Armor King. Oh, dude, Xiaoyu does have a very overwhelming kit. That is something I can agree with. After fighting plenty of Xiaoyu, she's very, very annoying to fight. But, like I said, the mirror match versus Armor King is not fun. Because a lot of it is you having to call out others forward neutral 2s and others spacing. Like, it's definitely difficult. I think AK is a little strong for the main reason of a lot of AK players in high ranks are not good at all, but getting carried by the fact that people are getting knowledge checked into big damage combos. Yeah, that does tend to happen. Oh, what is that clip right there? Let me see. Okay. What is that? Gooner King TV. Hey, stop spitting facts. Stop spitting facts. Hey, wait a minute. Chill out. Hey, man. I'm sorry, man. You put big fat thighs on a fucking character and make me look at him. I'm gonna look at him. What? That's not my fault. And he's right. I don't like it. I'm in this video and I don't like it. It makes it seem like he has a ton of OP tools when in reality he has to use all of his kit to open people up. Yes, that is extremely true. Armor King has to use everything in his arsenal to open people up. If forward neutral 2 gets blocked, it's literally like you're chopping down the tree. Every forward neutral 2 that's blocked or low parried, Armor King dies for it. Like, he starts dying for that. And forward neutral 2 is a tool that he has to use. Thank you. But he also has tools like forward 2, forward 4. He has forward 3 for sidestepping. He can approach you with a wave dash into back 4, which is safe on block. Forward 2 being safe on block is super surprising, by the way. Very surprising. I'm just telling you right now. For a counter hit launcher, that's extremely surprising. Maybe it's because of the wind-up, but I still think that is a huge thing. Armor King can also wave dash into 1+2 2, 1+2 4. Like, he's got a lot of options to cover you ducking forward neutral 2. And let's also talk about how forward neutral 2 itself can be mixed up with while standing 3. So in a way, I definitely can see where FDX is coming from about Armor King. I can see exactly where he's coming from. Because a lot of my mix-up, you realize that a lot of my mix-up is I'm so ass at approaching people with Armor King. I can be as well. I can be very, very ass at approaching people with Armor King. If they hold back, I can't do shit. See, like, what I like to do, especially with, like, turtling players, is I like to dash block a lot. I really like to dash block, because then I can dash block and just watch what they do. I watch if they sidestep me, I watch if they duck, like micro duck. Like, that's my favorite thing to do. because I learned this from watching competitive play that king players or other armor king players, which is rare, will approach with either armor king will approach with a wave dash or with a dash block. King will approach with dash blocking, and dash blocking into a throw is very strong. Armor King is just ghetto Brian. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Brian has a lot better counter hit options, but sidestep 2 is very strong. Brian has way better counter hit options and better lockdown tools than Armor King, at least in my opinion. I get so scared of dash blocking because if they throw out a button, it doesn't let you block it online. Yeah, that's the risk reward there, Blackouts. You gotta run the risk reward because that's how Tekken is played. If you get hit, then damn, I got hit. That's kind of how I feel. It's just like, well, that sucks. I tried to dash block, but that didn't work. I said that on stream. I'm like, damn, I tried to dash block, but that didn't happen. You know? That dash block didn't happen. I pressed it, though. Oh, well. There's things you gotta just let go. If you can't force 50-50s in Tekken 8, your character sucks. Yes, Dangerous Ace does say it best. If your character cannot force 50-50s at all, then your character sucks. And Armor King is a character that can force 50-50s. And then I get annoyed? Oh yeah. It's just how you take it, man. You gotta have like, this, what's the word I'm looking for? You gotta have patience for that kind of stuff. Because, like, Tekken is a hard video game. Of course, Brian has better tools, but their win condition is very similar, and their set play at the wall is exactly the same. No, not exactly the same, because literally Brian has to go into way different options. So, like, a tech roll option into a taunt is not exactly the same as going into a possible breakable throw option to wall splat, or to go into a different gas unblockable option, which can be tech rolled out of or also ducked. Like, I think Brian's wall game is a little bit different, in my opinion. He gives up his turn for everything and has weak 50-50. Armor King is weak 50-50? I don't know if he has weak 50-50 per se. I've had situations where I would, like, forward neutral 2 at the wall, right? And that's really silly, by the way. Oh, Yoshimitsu? We talking about Yoshimitsu now? Oh, is that who? The option isn't the same. The threat and reward is. Oh. I don't know, man. I just really think that if you're not breaking the 2+4 throw at the wall, you know what I mean? If you're not breaking that, then I think that's totally on you. You know what I mean? Because honest to God, if you're because Armor King's entire game plan now is pick up down back 2+4 at the wall, more damage, mix up into a Bad Jaguar mix up. Now you either have to guess between Bad Jaguar 2-3 or Bad Jaguar 2+4, which is the throw, Bad Jaguar fucking, and I think +8 is like enough for you to do a power crush, but Bad Jaguar 1-2 will definitely wall splat the fuck out of you if you try to do a power crush. If you do Bad Jaguar 2-3, you get a wall splat still, or you have to worry about. Because if you're gonna try to power crush out of that, you're gonna get thrown. Obviously, that's the big one. But there was another thing I was thinking of. There's Bad Jaguar 4, counter hit, knockdown, and then Bad Jaguar 2-3 is the wall splatting one. There was another thing I was thinking of. another thing I was thinking of. Maybe I already stated it. Yeah, because there's the threat of the other throw options. There's the threat of the gas if you're in heat. There's the threat of the counter hit knockdown, the throws that will counter all the power crushes. And there's just there. Oh, if you try to duck the throw, yeah, that's what it was. That's what was in my mind. If you're trying to duck the throw at the wall, you're gonna get hit by the mid high option, or you're gonna get hit by the mid option, which is Bad Jaguar 2-4. Like that's. I think it's just kind of obvious. It's kind of right there. It's saying if you tech rolled against Brian, it's the same threat, but you don't have to stay. So, like, with Brian, you don't have to stay down though. But I guess that's kind of true though. But that I'm kind of just saying, dude. It's a universal 2+4 break. I mean, it kind of sucks though because the one break is not nearly as threatening because the one break will throw you off of the wall, away from the wall. But it becomes an entirely different situation, and you're very correct here, Pharaoh. It becomes an entirely different situation if the one break will kill you or not. Because the two break will definitely kill you, but the one break can kill you if you don't have enough life left. Just like how the QCB 4 on Brian can kill you if you stay down in tech roll. I think I'm kind of understanding here. You haven't played Tekken in a few days? Technically, I haven't really been playing it that much either. Campaign reward initiatives. Fan art collection. Seasons 1 and 2 set. Would you be down to run some mirrors? Possibly. It depends on how I'm feeling after I'm done talking about this stuff. This set includes previously released fan art character panels, along with newly added illustrations for Clive and the 4 characters released during Season 2. It will be available for free in the Tekken Shop after maintenance on February 10th, with no expiration date for claiming. So it's really cool that I've seen this person who is a fan of Fahkumram, who has also drawn the storyboards for Fahkumram, actually get their character panel in the game. I have seen this Armor King fan art before when it came out. It was really cool that this actually was added. The Clive fan art is pretty good as well. It's just very surprising. I really hope that some of the other Armor King fan arts that I've seen for character panels, I hope they come out soon too, because these are just legendary, man. Like, the fan art I've seen for Armor King is legitimately legendary. I would like Armor King to be snorted this way. They would put Brian's Z's marks on him so he could use his jurisdiction abilities even if the heat is not activated. What? What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What? Okay, my brain got a little fried by that. I have no idea what bro's talking about. Oh. Second anniversary player customization item pack volumes 1 through 4. 4 packs containing second anniversary player customization items for all characters released up through Season 2, excluding Clive, from week 2 through 5 of the campaign. 1 pack will be distributed each week. Each pack can be obtained for free from the Tekken Shop during its respective distribution period. Okay, so here's all the weeks, right? So we got week 2, week 3, week 4. So Armor King doesn't get his stuff released until week 4. So we have to wait a month until Armor King's comes out. Week 5 is when Reina's comes out. So like, is King in the first week? Of course, King's ass is in the first week. Ghetto motherfucker. I'm mad at him, dude. I don't like this character anymore, bro, and it makes me sad. I used to really like King, bro. I used to. God, fighting against King is so unfun now. The Tekken Shop 2nd anniversary deals. Okay, cool. So, oh, this tells you all the ones that are going on sale. So these are all the ones going on sale. And I don't see the one in sight with the maid outfits are on sale. So are these all the costumes that I've already bought? I think these are all the costumes I've bought already. Yeah, I've bought all these. There's not a single one I didn't buy in this set. Kind of unfortunate on my bad. Campaign schedule. All dates are based on JST, CET, PST, PDT dates are provided parentheses. Yep. Key features of version. There we go. So here's going to be the big stuff we're going to be talking about, because this is all Tekken Shop stuff. We don't really care about that much. So March 17th, version 3.0 will include the following changes. Key features of version 3.0: battle balance adjustments in the release of the Tekken Dev feedback portal beta. This is super important. This is what exactly we're going to be using in terms of armor, of like talking about, like I said, armor. I really have Armor King on my brain right now. I've got Armor King brain rot. And so, but this is going to be talking about balance adjustments and all this other stuff with the Tekken Dev portal feedback. And this is important because we're going to be able to deal with or talk with about, you know, we're going to straight up tell people, hey man, this is a little too strong. We need to let you guys know right away that this is a little too much. And they're gonna closely monitor it and look at it through both tournaments and stuff, and look at how something can be completely unfair. Any clue as to how we can deal with large stance mix-ups between mid and lows? It seems like we just have to keep a guess timing is sort of strict on those. Me as a King main. So I think K-Dash told me that you have to press in between Lars's stance transitions. And you have to press between those stance transitions, otherwise he will roll you. Camboso, thank you for the follow. And if you're not careful, Lars will kill you for just simply existing if you do not try to contest any approach with Lars Alexanderson. So you gotta be very wary with the character. What you need to do is you need to lob the most common moves that you see Lars in ranked transition into stance with, and you need to put a stop to that, because Lars is not plus enough to always do, like, you know how he does that little stupid spin. So he goes into dynamic entry and then he's like, you know what I mean? He's trying to make gang signs or some shit like that. You need to, like, completely shut that shit down. Like, you need to shut that shit down. Because if Lars is dancing, that, like, breakdancing, you need to, like, find the appropriate time to interrupt that character. Because he's breakdancing for a reason. And you also have muscle armor. So the important thing about muscle armor on King is he can straight up absorb almost all of the mid options that Lars is doing. And if he absorbs at least, like, if he goes into that little twirl, and he does the weird DP from it that's safe on block, and you muscle armor that, you can launch him for it. Or not really launch him, but you can Emerald Elbow him for that. Multiple features, additions, and improvements, along with new item releases and sales. Details for each item are provided below. Battle balance adjustments in the release of Tekken Dev feedback portal balance adjustments for Season 3 battle battle balance adjustments will be made under the theme of refine while maintaining the current battle system. We aim to improve the overall gameplay experience based on the following policies: adjustments that respect each character's concept, strengths, and weaknesses while preventing excessive performance gaps between characters. So basically what they are saying is we want every character in the game to feel strong, but we also don't want them to... So we want every character in the game to feel like they are the same strength. We're going to prevent excessive performance gaps between characters. So, like, Miarizo might get buffed coming into the new season. Or, like, Armor King, which he shouldn't be, could be buffed coming into the new season. Like, if there's a character that is not reported as much and is talked about, isn't as talked about, they may slide that character a little something that they shouldn't, or they're going to reevaluate the character's concepts first. So, like, you know how Armor King, namely, you're gonna want to... His main weakness is his right side. He has to be stepped right. Upon his approach, his forward neutral 2 whiffs, his forward 4 whiffs, like anything that upon approach with Armor King, as in general, sidestepping him to the right is going to kill the character for the most part. You can't... I'm not saying you always sidestep right. I'm saying that sidestep right is one of his known weaknesses. And a weakness that kind of gets eliminated with moves like back 3+4 and forward 4-3. So, keep that in mind. I believe down 2 will become his down 2 is going to definitely become a little bit more linear now. So there is that to be aware of. Reevaluating the relationship between character-specific power-up mechanics and the heat system. So this is referring to Brian Fury, Asuka Kazama, I think also even Jun Kazama, definitely Jack 8. Jack 8 is definitely in question. Leo might be in question too. Leo might be in question. Who else? Who else has their heat stuff like powered up? Like King. Oh my god, King. Okay, yeah, King, that one's definitely talking about King as well. So, like, what characters immediately get a power up in heat? Well, there's Mishimas. Mishimas get instant access to all of their electric wind god fists, no matter your execution. So there is also that as well. It costs heat, but you do get an electric every time. So there is definitely there's definitely a little bit of something with that. I guess heat power up states with heat is going to be looked at. So more or less like Brian and his Snake Eyes. Brian and his Snake Eyes. Asuka with Naniwa Gusto. What about, yeah, probably, I mean, I don't know. But character-specific power-up mechanics with the heat system. They're definitely probably going to refine the install system stuff. Like, Heihachi might be completely refined with his install and how it works with heat. Maybe you will no longer be able to heat burst into your install anymore, and you actually have to legitimately land heat engagers. Or Heihachi has to do certain moves. It says Armor King is not an honest character. He cited that between matches, Cuddlecore versus some European guys, an example. I've definitely have heard about it. I'm not going to watch the video. All I can say is that I'm not going to watch VDX's video. I don't want to. Because honestly, VDX I already know doesn't like my character. So going into the video, I'm already gonna have a sour taste in my mouth knowing that he's just more than likely pushing an agenda for more hatred on my character. So I'd rather just not watch the video. I respect him as a content creator, but at the same time, he's not missing anything with my view not being there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not. How much to get you to watch it? $100. Drop $100 right now, I'll watch it. And that's cheap. Someone donate $100, I'll watch the whole video and give you my opinion on it. I'll even make a reaction video and put it up on YouTube. $100. Money talks. Money talks. Prioritizing improvement that align with Tekken 8's core gameplay and the Season 3 balance theme of refine based on feedback received to date. Patch notes for balance adjustments are scheduled to be published on March 17th. As before, there will be no change to the policy of releasing patch notes on the day of the update. So, patch notes for balance adjustments are scheduled to be published on March 17th. So the day of. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's so not good. So like that sucks, bro. Cause like patch notes for balance adjustments are scheduled to be published on March 17th. As before, there will be no change to the policy releasing patch notes on the day of the update. So that sucks, bro. Previously, Landon D on FeedX's channel said that Armor King is top 3 along with Brian. Same guys put Yoshi and Jin in bottom 5 and also said Kazuya is super cheap. Yeah. Yoshi and Jin is in bottom 5. Jin in bottom 5? Jin Kazama in bottom 5. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Oh, okay, bro. Holy shit. There was just a set between Speed Kicks. There was just a set between Speed Kicks and Run It Black about the cheapness of Jin Kazama. Run It Black is a Jin Kazama main, and he couldn't beat Speed Kicks with his main in a 1st to 10. Wow. So this is extremely important to talk about. Let me talk to you guys about this a little bit. Blackouts, I need you to see this. Patch notes for balance adjustments are scheduled to be published on March 17th. As before, there will be no change to the policy of releasing patch notes on the day of the update. This is bad. Why this is bad? Because this is literally the same catastrophe that could lead to Season 2. So this is Tekken 8 Season 2.0, like Season 2 2.0. If this does not go well. Here's why. Because if you do not answer the call to how really stupid some of these characters are in this game, like, even my character, you guys need to really address this stuff. Like, you guys really, really need to address this stuff. Because if you do not, there will be people that will leave, and they will not come back. There's already people that have done it. People like me that have stuck all the way through it. I stuck through Armor King. I stuck through just so I could wait for Armor King. I played him. I still did not like the state of the game, but I like playing my character in the game, and it feels like I actually can play the video game. I can actually play the video game now. It feels like I have an opportunity to actually play the game. I just don't like the game in its current state. If it is not answered correctly, this is your guys' true make or break. If this does not go well, see, like, people have already not bought the Season 3 pass because of Season 2. And the promises made in Season 2 on how it was a defensive patch. I'm just telling you, you cannot lie to your public again. You can't do it. Because the defensive patch, I will tell you, the being able to sidestep out of a crouching state now is very nice. That is extremely nice. But you are really on a fucking... You are treading on thin fucking ice. Very thin ice. This is shady. That's very shady. That's all I'm saying. This highlighted note right here, it's extremely shady. So please be careful. That's all I'm saying. If you guys, like, I do respect the tech and dev team and how much effort and love that they have to put into this game, but I also have to tell you, you guys really need to be careful. Because if you don't change these patch notes stuff, if you don't change the policy on this, people are going to get upset. Because, look, right before the seasonal updates in Tekken 7, we had these patch notes before the season came out, and we could just wait and see. After reading the changes, we had an idea going into the season what the season was going to be like. They're like, oh, they improved this. Oh, they nerfed this. Oh, cool. I can't wait to see what that looks like. Oh, hey, the counter hit for this has changed. That's really cool. Launch of an official development forum and feedback consolidation. Now, exactly this right here, because these aren't being released on the same day, you guys are going to get tore up on these forums and feedback consolidations. This is the immediate spot that they're going to go to be like, you completely did not do what we wanted you guys to do. Zulfiki, what's up, man? Season 2 was a disaster. It really was. It was literally watching the world's slowest train wreck happen in real time. I'm sorry I dropped the game after Season 2. No, you don't need to apologize for that. There's a lot of people that did. There's a lot of people that did. I was this close. I almost dropped this game too. And the only reason why I didn't is because my character was announced. I stayed. I stayed because Armor King got announced. And that's it. I'm telling you right now, I would be playing Digimon right now. I would be playing Digimon, I'd be playing Bleach, I'd be playing whatever Bandai Namco game would be out right now. I'd probably be playing Demon Slayer or something right now if Armor King did not get announced, bro. And if Season 3 didn't announce Armor King, like, I would have just uninstalled. I would have uninstalled and I would just not be playing this game anymore. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not gonna put myself through a game I don't like playing anymore if my character's not in it. You know what I mean? And now that my character's in it, I'm more than willing to play the game because at this point in time, I will be in my learning curve, understanding what characters do, when do these characters do these things, what are these characters' current flow charts, what moves are really strong in the game, and what can I do to punish these moves, and what are the unique mechanics in the game. That was all of Season 1 with King. Me understanding the new mechanics, the new punishments, everything, trying to get that down to a point. So, the feedback portal, alongside of the release of 3.0, we plan to launch the beta version of the official development forum, the Tech and Dev feedback portal, by submitting feedback related to bugs or battle balance Through a dedicated forum, players will be able to deliver their feedback directly to the development team. Submissions will be moderated and shared on the Tekken Dev Feedback Discord. There's a Discord, too, separate from the official Tekken Discord, allowing for discussion among players. While all feedback will be reviewed, not all suggestions can be implemented, thankfully. Because then there will be people who will suggest to completely gut Armor King, and Armor King will not even be able to play the game anymore. All of Lydia's matches in TWT were an eyesore. She seems to keep her opponents at -6 or -7 block stun for 15 seconds continuously. Yep. Yeah. Like, Lydia in Season 2 was everyone's buff suggestions put onto the character. That's what that character was in Season 2. Going forward, we aim to consolidate feedback through this forum to improve the overall game experience. We sincerely thank everyone who has previously shared feedback via the X hashtag T8 report and replies to the Tekken project members and X chat messages, formerly direct messages. To facilitate smoother information gathering, we kindly ask for your cooperation in submitting feedback through the official development forum moving forward. Details such as the release date and URL will be announced at a later time. Okay, basically what this is doing, they are getting rid of the T8 report hashtag for the forum, so the forum can be answered, and it's third party. It is away from the likes of their X account, because their X account is just being bombarded with a bunch of hatred from the players, and because T8 report is there, it's not looking good for the Bandai Namco team in charge, the dev team from Bandai Namco in charge of Tekken 8, to have all of these T8 reports lined up. I want you to also know that the T8 report has definitely been misused. Isn't their X account operated by some bot? It's definitely operated by it's operated by a person, but they're just told what to do, and that it's either no, it might be a bot. But somebody's definitely running it, because like they're like, all right, we're gonna post this on their X account, yada yada, on the Tekken X account. And we're going to just talk about Miares. We're not going to address anything about the game. Like, at all. Like, we don't even have Tekken Talks anymore. That's how bad Tekken has become with its community right now. Like, we do not have Tekken Talks anymore. At all. There's just been that much outrage with the Tekken community. I want you guys to know something. This is the first Tekken game that has ever been released straight to console. This is Tekken's Soul Calibur 3. Take that into account. This is Tekken's Soul Calibur 3. Yeah. It's like that. This Tekken game is Tekken's Soul Calibur 3, and it is rough. It's tough, and they are going through the hardest thing to go through is for being a straight-to-console fighting game, because straight-to-console fighting games never really pan out too well, and why that is, the history behind this stuff. This is only Tekken's best console-only release ever. Not too many people like Michael Murray. No, not a lot of people do. Personally, I don't think Murray is honestly the worst person. I don't think he is the worst person, honest to God. I honestly think he is trying his best, but I don't think it's like this. I feel like he has his own design philosophy of what Tekken should be, and a lot of people have their own design philosophy of what Tekken is, so that clashes a lot with people. Devs don't play their own game is something that people have definitely have said about Murray. And no disrespect to Murray I just think, I believe personally he's in a spot as of right now where it's really difficult to do his job. Clive is a Soul Calibur character in Tekken. Whenever he is on screen, there is too much particle effects, excess visual clutter. There is so much happening on the screen that sometimes you cannot see your own character. Literally flashbangs opponents visually for the win. Yeah, it can definitely be like that. God, my legs are really hurting, chat. I need a chair, bro. Like, I really need a chair for this. So, as I was saying, in terms of straight-to-console fighting game releases, they've never gone well, ever. And Tekken is no exception to that. This is Tekken's first time doing it, and it's probably Tekken's last time doing it. Because Tekken needs to have what Tekken needs to have is the arcade experience first and foremost, so that way they can work out all the kinks, battle adjustments, and things that they need to work out. Because I'm telling you right now, Tekken 8 is visually the most beautiful Tekken game we've ever had, and it's a shame because the gameplay is not as good as it should be. And that shows because a lot of us were just agreeing and nodding our heads when Tekken 8 first came out because it was an entirely new Tekken game. What was Street Fighter's first console-only release? Arcades are dead? That's a good question. I have Google. What is Street Fighter's Fighters first straight to console release? The Street Fighter game to receive a straight to console release, meaning a direct home version, although it was Fighting Street. What? No, that's not true. Really? I guess I won't have any answer for that right now. Arcades are dead? Oblivious Adobo, they are not dead because I literally work at one. I work at one, bro. Street Fighter 5? Oh shit, was Street Fighter 5 their technical first straight? Yo, Tekken 8 is currently going through its Street Fighter 5 right now. Yep. It's Tekken's turn. And we were talking all that shit too. That's crazy. That's very crazy. Yeah. No, that's kind of what's going on right now. Tekken 8 is going through its Street Fighter 5 phase. And Street Fighter 5 wasn't that great of a game until Season 3/Season 4 dropped. And that's the thing, is that Season 4 for Street Fighter 5 was a great game at that point in time. But it was already at the end of its life cycle. Which character do I play? Judy Han. And Akuma. I like playing Akuma as well. What do you think about who's stronger on Weibo options, Armor King or King? That's actually an excellent question because I believe Armor King has very good wave dash options. Is it better? Is Armor King's wave dash mix-up better than King's? No, for the simple fact that King has forward neutral 1+2 in his arsenal. Simply for that fact. Simply for the fact that King's forward neutral 2 is not stronger than Armor King's. In fact, I would say that Armor King and King's forward neutral 2, like,
King's forward neutral 2 is not as good as Armor King's, but that's Armor King's move first. So it's just like they know where to respect that. Just like how forward 2-1 is Armor King's move first, but King's version of it is better. While standing 1+2 is -10, yes, but it's also 16 to 18 frames. So, like, it's a slower while standing launcher that does more damage than full crouch down forward 2 by, like, 1. I think it only does, like, 1 more damage. Yeah, I moved into my new crib. Yo, what's up, man? How we doing? What's up, Master Frenchie? How we doing, Mike? Yeah, no, we're talking about like the stronger wave dash character between Armor King and King, and I think King is still a little bit stronger than Armor King in terms of wave dash, because I mean Armor King has a lot of the options that King has, except forward neutral 1+2 is way too strong of an option. Super Akuma outclassed Qdons, and people are calling him top 5. How come these same people use the same logic and say King is not busted when the John lost? Double standards. To me, these people reek of bad faith. They don't want an honest balance. They just want both of the Jaguar Bros deleted from the game. Well, I'll be honest with you. In every fighting game, there's a grappler, and it's just universally known that every fighting game community that has a grappler in their game, they universally hate that grappler. Like, they always have universally hated the grappler in their game. And that's also because the grappler is actually fairly decent in their game. So, like, King has never been a fully decent, realized character in either of the Tekken games because he's a grappler. And in fact, Tekken is the only fighting game where you can actually break command throws. Like, actually break them. Other fighting games, if you get hit by the grapple, you just got hit, bro. But because of that, their range is always really bad. So, like, Armor King and King are grapplers, but they have never been like some of the strongest characters in the game because their grapples aren't, their grapples were 20 frames breakable in Tekken 7. They like, you could get out of them pretty easily. But Marduk, for example, was a grappler that wasn't as hated in previous Tekken games, but when Tekken 5, he was pretty hated, right? But Tekken 6 and Tekken Tag Tournament 2, he was not nearly as mentioned. But when you get to Tekken 7, everyone, including myself, will tell you just how bad it was to fight Marduk, because Marduk was a character that forced 50-50s on you as a grappler, and nobody likes to get grabbed by the grappler in a forced 50-50 situation ever, because like in Tekken you can control when you break your throws, or if you can break your throws, and historically in Tekken only that it's been a mechanic to be able to get out of a throw. And there is a situation with Marduk here where Marduk makes an Okazeme situation where the tackle is breakable only in 2 frames at best. And that is with a tech roll situation because Marduk's tackle actually tracks on wake up. And this is exactly why people did not want Marduk in Tekken 8, because Marduk can fully take even bigger and greater advantage of Tekken 8's grab system. So they took the feedback from Marduk and made the entire new game with that goal? No. What they did was they've been making characters more forced 50-50 since the start of Season 3 of Tekken 7. So, like, they had Zafina, for example, Like Leroy Smith, Jesus Christ, Leroy Smith. Like Leroy Smith was the biggest one, and then they came out with Kunimitsu in season 4. Lydia was nerfed to shit, but grapplers have to earn their mix-up by closing distance. Grapplers are not doing the plus on block BS that Huaring and our Lydia is doing. Grapplers are not doing Brian's taunt shenanigans at the wake up the wall. So, like, okay, yes and no. Armor King and King have very bullshit plus frames. And a good situation of this is, like, maybe I can show you. Like, let me try to explain. What? Like, Armor King and King do have to get in, right? But the thing is that there's not a lot stopping an opponent from getting in. Like, there's not a lot stopping Armor King from getting in on you right now. Especially King too. So, like, let me turn this off. Let me go to Armor King right now. Not Armor King. Let's go to King first. King is definitely a character to talk about. Because this is going to be a hyper important, man. As soon as the stream's over, I want to fucking nap, but I ain't got time. In fact, like, I have 2 minutes to end this stream before I can take an hour nap before I have to go to work. So, there is that. Blackouts, are you still here? So, yeah. Okay, good. Blackouts, we're definitely going to have to play some other time, not on stream. Probably in a Discord call or something, but I'm going to get off here soon. So here's what I'm going to try to tell you, okay? Yes, they have to earn it, but at the same time, because they do have to get in, they don't always have, like, characters like King and Armor King don't always have to earn it. So why this is because King right here is the character to do everything that a grappler shouldn't be able to do. Like, he has down forward 2-1, he has back 1-2, and he has this string right here, which is +9 on block, +4 without transitioning into stance. He has forward 2, which is +7. They cannot step anywhere. I've already tried. It becomes a completely unsteppable situation. Except for, like, what, the 10-frame throw? And you just have to be good at it? You can even delay the 10-frame throw a little bit. And I'd enjoy some Jin nerfs too, Dre Gaming Network. But, you know, we're not always gonna be pleased. But like, look at this. Notice how King here has all these options right here to be able to stop you from doing something. Like this already, like you said, he has to earn it, he has to get in. But what if it's a situation like back 1-2 and then into this, right? No. Oh, yeah. Equal fights, man. Is 31 frames and gives +7 while other characters have ridiculous plus frames. Okay, this is fair. But what universal tool does King have here that everyone else has in the game? A heat smash that tracks both sides. 214, up 4-2, and Snake Edge needs buffs? No, they do not. No. No character in this game needs buffs, bro. No character needs buffs in this game, and you know better. And no, and personally, I don't think a lot of what King does is earned here. Like, you do have while running 3. You have forward neutral 1+2. This move, at the fastest, can come out in 10 frames. So you can make this a plus. Look at this. If they try to jab interrupt you here, you'll definitely get a counter in it. So let me try to do this. This was something that Lil Majin taught me. See that? Let me talk to you about another situation here. So, instead of punish, let's try to talk about sidewalking right. Any direction that King can go here, or Armor King. They can't go anywhere because of this tracking situation right here. And he has, look at this, 2 different throws that he can use. He has 3 actually. 3 different throws that he can use here. It looks like Armor King is like the only one that can actually get away from quarter circle back 1+2. But then you can mix it up between this 2 throw and the 1 throw. I miss being safe. That's funny. By the way, a lot of the risk reward when it comes to King has definitely been alleviated because they made backwards Jaguar Step a lot like Kenpo Step with Fang. He can actually get away from a lot of pressure and going into this. Delete the 2 throws? I'm not suggesting to delete the 2 throws. I'm suggesting to delete the tracking because counterplay is what is important in Tekken. And being able to sidestep a throw has been universally one of the better answers rather than ducking, because if the opponent is capable of like ducking the throw, or if the opponent tries to duck the throw, they are now faced with unbreakable crouch throws. In which all of them provide a use. This one just so happens to regenerate his heat. This one breaks the floor and puts them in a back turn situation. This one breaks the floor and puts them in a front turn situation. And then you have this that goes into +12. Right? So, what situation do we... What do we do here? What do we do here? Right? The question becomes, what do we do after this on block? Well, we obviously try to jab check someone who overextends. But as you can see with Jaguar Sprint right here, you cannot interrupt Jaguar Sprint 4, and you can't interrupt Jaguar Sprint 1, but you can interrupt Jaguar Sprint 3. And you can call out Jaguar Sprint 2+4. But that also comes into contention with this. You can just cancel it, and they're now +7, and you're now +7 instead. As you can see, this is the problem. I'm not suggesting getting rid of the move. So what I'm suggesting is that there needs to be counterplay for these situations. Because look, even with Armor King, even with Armor King on hit here, on hit, so let's just record all of these. So, let's record these situations and see if we can step anything. Look at that. I just tried to step. See that? See how I tried to sidestep right here? You're not allowed to sidestep in this situation because Armor King is +8. You can't sidestep block. Actually, you can. Never mind. You can sidestep block. But that's the problem with sidestep blocking, because as soon as I sidestep block, you see that? Bad Jaguar 4. Really good low. But then you could suggest to sidestep low parry. But then you get hit by this. And that leads to sidestep block again. Is Armor King +8 on block, or is he +8 on landing a successful hit? Now you're being facetious. Alright, so let me show you something. What am I missing? Oh yeah, I'm missing Bad Jaguar 1-2 as well. Did I get everything? 4, 2, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2. Oh yeah, there's Poison Mist. Yeah, I forgot about the mist. Hell, I forgot about the headbutt. I even forgot about the headbutt. But this is +8 on block. Right? Now this is important. Now, yeah, this is a high. But that's the thing. Is that it's a high. If you're trying to step Armor King, you have to be ready. But if you're step blocking, you have to also be ready. See that? 2-4. Two, 3. So, like, okay. See, this might be my mistake for trying to step at the wall, but look at that. As you can see right there, I can't step at all at +8 at the wall. And then I get a back turn. Like, I get a full-on wall splat combo. You know? This is where it becomes extremely facetious with this character. So you can fully step this move. But it tracks to his weak side. But these are breakable. But you have to guess because you can't tell which arm it is, I believe. Oh, you can tell which arm it is. Yeah, you can tell which arm it is. So that one is not nearly as bad. So these two are situations where, yes, you have to guess, but you can see the arms. See, I didn't look at the arms and I just pressed 2. So, I didn't look at the arms again. I didn't look at the arms. I pressed preemptively. See, even see how this becomes really tedious. I'm glad they made this breakable now that I think about it. Because Armor King would be extremely egregious if this was not breakable. Imagine tracking throws that are unbreakable in stance. I'm not saying that... What I'm trying to tell you here is that Armor King in situations is very, very egregious. But these situations are very tough, right? Oh god, that went right in his nuts. And then you have this. And you can tell that he's about to wind up the punch. See, that is something you can read. Into a mix. Into a mix, by the way. And that's something that King is capable of doing after forward 2, down 1, 2. He can do this. Upon your tech roll, he can do this and just run at you. And he has the charged up versions. But King definitely has to earn his damage. If you want, like, max damage with King. Like, max damage with King. That's hard to do. Hard to do. Shit, dude. It's been a minute since I've done these. These were drills. I used to do these with drills, man. But yeah, I'm just saying the Armor King situation, I can see a lot of where FeedEx is coming from, because with a bit of with a lot of what Armor King is doing here is hard to deal with. And you can't just simply... it is a forced 50-50. And that's something that needs to be, you know, brought up. It is a flat-out forced 50-50. Wouldn't it be fair to say that plus frames on a successful hit or counter hit are okay, but not on block? If Armor King has landed a successful hit or counter hit, he has earned the mix-up? I could say that, yeah. Because, like, but here's where it becomes a little contentious. Only a little contentious is when the move is a low, like, forward neutral 2. And that low itself leads into a lot of the kit that Armor King has. So, like, if for example, like, I don't like it personally, but on a counter hit, it's kind of earned, right? This is bothering the crap out of me, guys. Ugh, that hurts like a lot. I'm gonna have to go over some steam or something and put that over myself or something. But I think that's an ingrown hair. But a move like forward neutral 2 being minus 13, per example, it's one of those lows that builds momentum with Armor King very well. And it doesn't allow the opponent to really retaliate against the situation, where back 1-2 is earned from a punish, and the punishment is fine. I think the punishment is fine, but the forward neutral 2 it's iffy. You know what I mean? Because if I didn't block forward neutral 2, and I got hit, and now I'm in a stance mix-up, then it becomes extremely egregious as to what I gotta deal with, because either I am dealing with the 2 throw or the 1 throw, I'm dealing with the headbutt, or I'm dealing with 3-2, and the thing is about, like, Armor King's worst option from Bad Jaguar is his 3-2. That's his worst option. Like, you need to sidewalk left, his option there. I'm saying I can see where calling him top 3 or accusing him of committing war crimes is what facetious is to me. So, okay. So I say I see where he's coming from, but I didn't say that I agree with him now, did I? You have to understand my wording. I said I can see where he's coming from these examples, because these examples makes Armor King dishonest. Because on block with up back 1 here, it's +8 on block in a situation where you have to guess between all of these options, a 1+2 mid option that makes him regain heat if he does down 2+4. He has a counter hit knockdown mid kick, and a lot of the options that Armor King is like forcing upon you is options that you must try to power crush to answer, or you will get counter hit, thrown, or you cannot sidestep them. And that's where it becomes a problem. If there is no counterplay, then it becomes a more difficult situation. Also, the kings in general are not exactly honest characters. And what I deem honest, because I will agree that Steve is not an honest character, but I never see him playing Steve anymore. I do remember seeing him on Twitter continuously say, "I don't like the changes they made to Steve." I've seen him tweet that out before at the same time. I won't say in my terms that I will agree fully with VDX. I will say I can see from his perspective where he is coming from, but not setting the same standards on other characters like Lily, for example. Landon D was saying sidestep 2 on Armor King is broken. He says that move should not high crush. That's where I can disagree with you. That move should high crush, but the move needs to be -14 or -13 on block, because it's only -12, and you know the only characters that can actually, and I don't want to go to Jukebox. The only characters that can actually take advantage of Armor King's sidestep 2 being -12 are other kings or other crouch throw characters. So like, let me grab a non-king crouch throw character. Jack 8 and King can take advantage of Armor King the most, and so can Armor King himself. But that's where it becomes a problem. That's where it literally becomes a problem, you know? So this is -12. It's only -12. This move, being -12, and I think it has a lot of high crushing frames. So see, look at how many frames it takes for sidestep 2 to actually crush, though. So I need it to be faster. There we go. Let's try that. So so what you need to do is make sure that the move is going out fast. And this is not Jack's weak side. So you can sidestep 2 here to Jack's weak side, and then you'll definitely get a good high crush. But anyway, the reason why this is so important is because Jack can actually crouch throw punish it and get a decent punish on it. Balancing a move around character specific punishes, is that good or bad for the game? So that is another question. Is that good or bad for the game? Because, like, again, you have characters like Azu, you have characters like Dragunov, you have characters like Armor King, Dragunov King, Eddie Gordo. It depends on how strong their punish is. Dragunov's is not that strong, because Dragunov doesn't get a floor-breaking sequence, nor does it activate his heat. He gets 35 damage, though. While King... King gets 3 different ways to Sunday on how to punish Armor King here. 3 different ways. He gets a heat engager. He gets 2 different floor breaking throws. With different combo sequences. Oh yeah! And Drag can while standing 1+2 that. Yeah, Drag can get a full launch on this. In Heat, Drag gets while standing 1+2. You're right. Like, Drag doesn't even need to use his crouch throws as a punish here. So, I guess it really does depend, because King, again, gets a full launch on a floor break stage, while Dragunov gets a full launch anywhere. So, I guess character-dependent punishes matter through context. So, like, Armor King, for example, against Armor King himself, gets a heat engager or a floor break. Who is the other crouch throw character? Eddie Gordo? Eddie Gordo either gets a... Eddie Gordo has like 2 different crouch throws, and one of them is a heat engager, if I remember correctly. But Armor King also, in this situation, can only be launch punished by Eddie and Kazuya. Like, Eddie, Kazuya, who else can launch at -13, chat room? Who else? Who else launches at -13? I think we only have 2 characters that launch at -13, right? Because 14 we have Lee, and we have Lee, we have Raven, we have I know Lee, Raven, Jin Kazama. How can I forget Jin? But we only have one situation where we can launch at 12 frames, and that's Dragunov. In Heat. But that's Dragunov in Heat. You know? But then again, this is where it becomes extremely interesting. Dragon Heat is at 12 frames, but 13 and 14 frames. So, like, Dragunov is the most extreme case of being able to launch at 12 frames. That's extremely good, because Armor King's down 3 is 12 frames, and Drag can while standing 1+2 that shit. And that shit sucks. Because one of your best lows in the game for Armor King, down 3, ew. One of the best lows in the game, and you can't use it. I'm still talking about Armor King, man. Like, that becomes like a problem, you know what I mean? It wouldn't be such a big issue if Dragunov's while standing 1+2 wasn't 12 frames. If it was 13 frames, we'd be chilling, but you know? But that's what I'm talking about. Is that Armor King's sidestep 1+2 is so good. And I want to say that it's a really strong tool. It is a strong tool, actually, because that is one of my go-to moves. That's one of Armor King's key moves, is sidestep 2. Beforehand, Armor King didn't have a super strong low to go with his counter hit launching safe mid. Beforehand, that counter hit launching mid wasn't safe. That was like minus 12 to minus 13 in Tekken 7. Now it's minus 8 on block, bro. That's what makes it so good. And the fact that it high crushes, you know? He's saying it shouldn't high crush. I say it needs to high crush. Because if it doesn't high crush, it loses its advantage. But what can we do to answer sidestep 2? Look at this. A Steve told that should not high crush, lol. No, that was Landon saying it shouldn't high crush, but he's a law player. He's a law Fakumram player. I think sidestep 2 should not be minus 12. I think it should be minus 13 to 14 frames. That's what I think. I think that move is too strong in that department. I think it needs to be more punishable. Not that it should you should remove its high crushing capabilities. The fact that it high crushes and it doesn't knock down, you should be thankful it doesn't counter hit knock down. Two different demon paws? Yeah, Ford 4 and Ford 2 are two different demon paws. That is definitely something. Why does he have a Ford 4 when he already has a Ford 2? He said one launches on counter hit and the other launches in heat. And that's a safe option, too. Armor King has always had 2 demon paws, though. That's the thing. He said that while making Season 2 tier list with Landon and FeedX on Feast channel. See, like, I don't know, man. High Tone was also another person on the list that straight up said that he's not looking forward to Armor King in Tekken 8. That he hates Armor King in Tekken 8. And he also asked me to teach him Armor King at one point in time. I did not forget that. Yeah, it used to be a wall bounce. And Ford 4 has different uses in different games. Ford 2 in Tekken 7 was not even a counter hit tool. It was a high crushing mid knockdown tool that you would use to wall splat. And every single Ford 2 in Tekken 7 always did that. It always had a high crushing capability. Now every demon paw in Tekken is a heat engager. Armor King's demon paw, which is now dubbed Ford 4, is a heat engager that's safe. Ford 4 used to not be safe. It used to be minus 14, but it also used to be a wall bounce. But the thing is about Armor King and his Ford 4, because I'm just going to switch to Armor King now. Armor King and Ford 4, I see, look, listen, man, if he's putting Armor King in top 3, I could disagree even more. Honestly, I already know FeedX fucking hates Armor King. Like, I already know that from that standpoint. He straight up said that he just doesn't fucking like him. Bro broke down and said no when he got announced. Like there was a video on it, if I remember correctly. That's if I remember correctly. So it's like at this point, like Armor King and King Slander are going to be like everywhere. And people are just going to believe what FeedEx has to say because FeedEx has a huge following. And it's unfortunate. Like I'm not gonna say I dislike FeedEx over that. No, dude, I'll keep it real. Get your bag. Get your bag, man. Why did Tekken 7 Armor King traumatize him? Do you remember this player named Justin Iglesias? Justin is just one of the best. Yes, he is just one of the best. He also made that character. He also was able to make that character work in an environment where he's not supposed to work at all. Oh yeah, dude. I agree. It has given Brian and Animains a lot of utility, like a lot of fire to shoot under people's asses. But I have to tell you something. A lot of it has to do with the Super Akuma brand, as like Super Akuma as a player. Super Akuma as a player hasn't had his main back, and the moment that Super Akuma starts winning again, like he didn't make any. Look, he was in the TWT finals, right? He was in the qualifiers. That's funny. He was in the qualifiers, and he was one of the only 2 Armor King mains in there. One of the only 2. And I think JDCR was in there with Armor King as well. And JDCR didn't even opt to go with Armor King. He went with Dragunov. And that should tell you something. I wonder why I get a jump there. It pretty much, in my honest opinion, I throw no shade at FeedEx. I don't. I respect the guy as a content creator. In fact, I've met him a couple of times. I like the dude a lot. But I can't say that I agree with his Armor King take, nor can I really say I agree with any of the... Because, like, listen, have you guys ever heard of the term echo chamber? FeedEx is surrounded by players that do not like Armor King, with Hyde Tone and Landon in the same area, talking about Armor King. If you put Genghis Dawn in there, you got the whole circle of Armor King hatred in one phone call. But that's just me, man. That's just me. Like, I remember I was in the... I could literally not go to their streams without them talking shit about Armor King as a character. Like, Landon barely ever talked shit about it, but he did say that he hated the character. Ty hated Armor King, and now Ty is playing Armor King. Man, I wanted to get off, and I just ran a tangent about Armor King and balancing. How come Brian's oppressive taunt shenanigans at the wall fly under the radar? The stuff Brian can do with taunt at the wall on Wake Up, how is that not catching anyone's attention? And this game also has taunt heat smash. The way they discussed their their end of season tier list made me so confused with their reasoning for their placement. Ty is a really great player, but he also says some really whack stuff too. Well, yeah. I mean, Ty is a Marduk player, dude. Ty is a Marduk Brian Fury player. I just want you guys to understand that. Just to let hone you guys in here. Just anything that comes with Armor King discourse is met with me saying, I don't care. But yeah, as other things come to an end here, I just want to put out yet again that I do not, in any way, shape, or form, I do not disrespect, I do not disown, nor do I have anything bad to say about the content creators that are involved with the Armor King video on FeedEx's channel. In fact, I have no ill will towards these guys at all. In fact, I actually love their content. I love what they do. But at the same time, if they're bringing more attention to Armor King than they are to other characters like King, Brian, Anna Williams, I mean, I can't say I agree, because there are way worse problems right now than Armor King and Tekken 8. And that's just Tekken 8 in general. Alright guys, I'm going to send you off to He Only Picks Marduk if you're a scrub, which that's just him talking shit. Marduk is not a character. Okay, anyway, who cares? I remember him saying that he likes Marduk a lot, and that Marduk is nostalgically his tournament character. I am gonna send you guys off to this guy, and I am going to have a good rest of my day before I go to work, because I want to take my nap, even if it's just for a few minutes. I want to take a nap. I'm an old man. So thank you guys so much for watching today. Thank you so much for being with me on these discussions about the new Season 3 stuff. We didn't go over everything, but we practically did. And then we talked a bit about Armor King and stuff. So thank you guys again. I appreciate you, every single one of you. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!